If you boop this golden retriever puppy's nose, you're probably going to get bit. Golden retrievers are famous for being the sweetest dogs, so you might be thinking that I'm crazy for telling you this, but it's true. Golden retriever puppies are some of the worst biters. Golden retrievers were bred to use their mouths to retrieve birds, and all puppies bite a lot. So when you combine those two facts, you get a cute, innocent-looking puppy with a surprisingly bad mouth. And to make things worse, puppy teeth are much sharper than adult teeth, so it's not easy being a golden retriever puppy parent. And here's something else you probably didn't know about golden retrievers. They hold 2 world records. In 2020, Finley from upstate New York set the world record for holding the most tennis balls in his mouth at one time with 6 tennis balls. And he actually broke the record that was held by another golden retriever, Augie, who held 5 tennis balls in his mouth. Yep, golden retrievers have big mouths, which probably helped with the other world record they hold. Charlie, a golden retriever from Australia, holds the world record for the loudest bark ever by a dog. His bark was measured at 113.1 decibels, which is about as loud as a heavy metal concert. As a golden retriever owner, I'm not exactly thrilled that they have this record, but thankfully, Goldens don't bark all that much. And the good news here is that they do make a pretty good alarm system. Although if somebody broke in your house, they'd probably greet them with slobbery kisses and tail wags. But it's not just their mouths that are impressive. Their brains are impressive too. Golden retrievers are the 4th smartest dog breed. I know, they're pretty goofy dogs, but don't let that fool you. Dr. Stanley Coren did a study where he ranked dogs based on how well they follow instructions, and he found that golden retrievers are just behind border collies, poodles, and German shepherds for the world's smartest dog breeds. Of course, there are pros and cons to having a smart dog. Goldens are relatively easy to train, and they're intuitive. These 2 traits, plus how cute and sweet they are, make them some of the best therapy and service dogs. But because they're so smart, they're often mischievous and know just how to push your buttons. If they want to play, but you're being lazy and laying on the couch, then they might steal the TV remote or your socks and trick you into a game of Catch Me If You Can. Our friend Archie is a pro at this, and he's pretty stinking cute when he does it. Goldens are most likely to do this when they're puppies, but here's the thing. Many people say that golden retrievers are puppies for life. Bigger dogs typically mature slower than smaller dogs, but there's just something about golden retrievers where they seem to stay playful, goofy, and full of energy for longer than most other dogs. This can be a great thing since it's fun to have a playful puppy around that always brings you joy. But it can definitely be tough since they need a lot of exercise. A fully grown golden is a pretty big dog for having so much youthful energy. And many people say that females mature faster than males. So if you'd like to get to the slightly more chill adult doghood time a little sooner, a female might be a better choice. Plus, females are typically smaller, so it's a little less dog to manage. And here's another thing about females. Many people say that it's easier to potty train females than males. These are just personal stories, not exactly facts, but it is an interesting difference to think about. If you're about to get a golden retriever puppy and you want to potty train them fast, I'll drop a link where you can download our free potty training cheat sheet down in the description. Now, although Goldens are so great, and they're arguably the most recognizable dog breed in America, they're surprisingly not America's most popular dog breed. Golden Retrievers are America's 3rd most popular dog breed, according to the AKC. French Bulldogs have soared in popularity in recent years, and they're number 2. And the most popular dog breed in America right now is a Labrador Retriever. But us Golden Retriever owners are obsessed with our Goldens. Here are some fun facts for you. We did a study recently and found that 48% of Golden Retriever owners have had more than one Golden in their lifetime, and 5% have had 6 or more Goldens in their life. We also found that 56% of Golden Retrievers sleep in the bed with their owners, which is really saying something because they take up a lot of room. But it's probably best that Golden Retrievers aren't the most popular breed because of this next surprising tip. Golden Retrievers have a great reputation for being sweet and easy to train, but they are not the easiest dogs to raise. The hardest thing about them is that they're big and they have tons of energy. If you don't get them enough exercise, they'll get bored. And if they get bored, they get into trouble. They might start chewing up things in your house, digging, demand barking, jumping, or just generally being difficult to deal with. Many golden retriever rescues actually require potential adopters to have a fenced-in yard because they know that a golden who doesn't get enough exercise is going to be hard to manage. And the fact that they're so big means you really need to put in the effort to train them. If a 5-pound Chihuahua jumps on you or tries to pull on the leash, it's really not that big of a deal. But if a 75-pound golden jumps on you or pulls, it's going to be a much bigger problem. Plus, goldens are needy. They need lots of attention, they hate being alone, you need to brush their beautiful but thick coats a few times a week, and they're not exactly the healthiest dogs. They often suffer from hip, elbow, and heart problems. And then there's the dreaded C word. One American study found that 60% of golden retrievers will be impacted by cancer, but one study from the UK found that 38% of goldens will die from cancer. Either way, goldens are among the dog breeds most affected by cancer. Thankfully, the Morris Animal Foundation is doing a huge study on golden retrievers to solve this problem. It's called the Golden Retriever Lifetime Study, but until they find a cure, it does put a damper on being a golden retriever owner. Many golden owners will tell you that they're worth it, despite all of these problems, but it is something to be aware of. One of the biggest reasons that dogs get abandoned is because there wasn't a good fit between the human and the breed. For example, if you like to chill around the house watching Netflix all day, an active golden retriever probably isn't the right dog for you. But if you get one anyway, and then realize that you don't want to be so active with them, and they start acting out, then there's an increased chance that you'll have to give them up, which will be heartbreaking for both you and the dog. There's absolutely nothing wrong with not being a good fit for a golden, but it's so much better if you know that before you take them home so that you can get the right dog for you. Now, speaking of English golden retrievers, let's bust a big myth about them. English cream golden retrievers have become really popular recently. They are cream colored, have stocky bodies and blocky heads, and they have super sweet personalities. But here's the funny part, they're not actually from England. All golden retrievers came from Scotland in the mid-1800s. Dudley Marchbanks bred a tweed water spaniel and a wavy-coated retriever to create the perfect hunting dog, which we now know today as our beloved golden retriever. And to further bust this myth, what we call English cream golden retrievers in America often come from dogs imported here from other countries in Europe besides England, countries like Spain, France, Hungary, or Denmark. And this leads us to busting this next common myth about golden retrievers. There's actually only one breed of golden retriever. People like to talk about English cream golden retrievers, American and Canadian golden retrievers, field bred and show golden retrievers, but they're all the same breed, golden retriever. Since people have been breeding goldens for different purposes all over the world for the past 150 years, a few different types or styles of golden retrievers have evolved, which has made things a little confusing, especially since they can have different color coats, like light cream or dark red. And speaking of their coats, here's a fun fact about them, and a big mistake that some people still actually make. Golden retrievers have a double coat, which means that their coat has two layers, a thick, fluffy undercoat and a long, flowy outer coat. The outer coat is waterproof and keep dust and debris from getting to their skin, and the fluffy undercoat helps regulate their body temperatures. Yes, even in the hot summer, their thick coat helps keep them cool. Some people think that shaving their golden when it's hot will keep them cool or help them shed less, but that's not true. When you shave your golden, you're robbing them of their natural body temperature regulator, and you're robbing them of their protection from the sun. So they could overheat and get sunburned if you shave them. I know, it doesn't really make sense to us humans because when we get a haircut in the summer, we get cooler, but dogs are different than us. We sweat when we get hot, and when the sweat evaporates from our skin, it cools us down. But golden retrievers don't sweat like us. They do have a few sweat glands in their paw pads, but the biggest way that they release heat is through panting. And you're watching this video because you love golden retrievers. But if you want to know if your golden retriever loves you too, see the 10 signs your golden retriever loves you in this next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.